Hey traders, Mike here. Welcome back to part 2 of this 4-part video series on how to trade NFTs. Now in part 1, I introduced you to the world of NFTs and how there are a lot of opportunities to make money in NFTs. In part 2, I'm going to walk you through the step-by-step process on how to buy NFTs. Now please note that this video is not a solicitation to buy or sell NFTs. Please do your due diligence and contact your financial advisor before making any financial decisions. So let's get started. Before I show you how to buy NFTs, I want you to be aware of the risk of buying NFTs, whether for short-term speculation or as a long-term investment. Now there are 5 things to consider and I will outline them right here. First off, you should always buy NFTs from reputable and well-known NFT marketplaces like OpenSea, Mintable, or even cryptocurrency exchanges like Binance, who just added an NFT marketplace last year. Now avoid the fake marketplaces or fake sellers who try to impersonate real artists and offer to sell their work at a fraction of what the original goes for. Second, beware of inflated NFT prices from unlawful or unethical methods, such as users selling and buying from multiple fake accounts while increasing the price with every transaction. So look for the NFT price history that starts selling for, let's just say $100, and then you see the next transaction being sold for $1,000, a 10 times increase. Now if you see this, then avoid buying at inflated prices. Third, with most NFT sales occurring on the Ethereum platform, this means that NFTs are priced in the blockchain's native currency, which is Ether, and you need to convert it to Ether first from US dollars. Now this means that if the overall NFT marketplace softens, then you also have the risk of Ether price falling in value as well, a double whammy. Fourth, if you plan to buy an NFT and sell it right away for a quick profit, then this might be a challenge because the NFT marketplace is not very liquid and prices can fluctuate wildly. Now, an NFT trade is not a day trade or a hold for a few days or a few weeks. If you are a speculator, look at it as a long-term investment or long-term trade that will appreciate over time. Lastly, only utilize capital that you can afford to lose when buying any NFTs, because there's a risk that the value of NFTs can go down substantially once you buy it, or in some cases become worthless. Before I share some NFT buying tips with you, I want to let you know this video is sponsored by Silent King Society. Now they're a company that creates extraordinary NFTs with real-world assets, including art, collectibles, real estate, and accessories. The company is led by 3 crypto professionals who have many years of business experience and not just anyone trying to promote a fake NFT project or collection. In fact, they have partnered with MyReality, a metaverse game development studio and one of the top creators on Sandbox, and Venly, a leading blockchain technology provider. Specifically, they are presenting Andy Warhol's Superman from 1981 as an NFT. Now, this masterpiece is divided into 5,000 individual pieces, and every piece is being sold separately and represents a particular spot on the actual painting. Now this means that the owner of the NFT is the owner of that particular piece, and every NFT comes with a certificate of authentication and an individual art appraisal. Now please click on the link in the description box below for more details. Okay, back to the video. Buying an NFT isn't too complicated, but I will provide a helpful walkthrough on how you can efficiently buy NFTs. So first off, head over to an NFT marketplace like OpenSea, where you'll find the largest collections of NFTs to browse around, including music, collectibles, art, and gaming items. Now, once you found an NFT that you want to buy on OpenSea, then the next step that you want to do is install a cryptocurrency wallet. Now, you need a digital wallet to use to buy or sell any crypto collectibles, as most of the purchases are priced in Ethereum. Now, if you already have Ethereum or a cryptocurrency wallet, you just need to connect the wallet to your OpenSea account to buy an NFT. For those who don't have a crypto wallet, the most widely used wallet across most marketplaces is the MetaMask wallet. So all you have to do, go to metamask.io and install it for iOS or Android on your phone, or if you're using a computer, you can add MetaMask to your browser. Now, once you create the MetaMask wallet, it's now time to fund your wallet. Now, if you already have an account open with a cryptocurrency exchange like BitGet or Delta Exchange, then all you need to do is buy Ethereum on the exchange and then transfer the Ethereum to your MetaMask wallet. Now that you have Ethereum in your wallet, you can start buying NFTs. Now, having said all that, Ethereum-based NFTs are not your only option. For example, the Polygon platform was built on top of the Ethereum blockchain, aiming to provide more scalability and lower fees. Now, other proof-of-stake blockchains that support NFTs like Solana, Flow, Tezos, and Cardano are also emerging alternatives. However, at this time, Ethereum is still used by the majority of the NFT platforms and the token most widely used to buy NFTs. While it's hard to tell if an NFT will increase in value or whether a project launch is going to be successful, I'm going to share some criteria to ensure the NFT that you buy isn't completely worthless. One tip is to buy NFTs that you love. Now, as some NFT projects can be worth millions, buying NFTs is not a get-rich-quick scheme, and you should not buy NFTs for purely profit-driven reasons. This is why you should choose an NFT project that you love or a digital artist that you follow. Now, if the NFT market collapses or your NFT drops in value, you can still feel comfortable holding it. Another tip is if you don't want to buy an NFT for its artistic value, then buy it for its utility. Now, an NFT's utility could give you access to a community in real-life live events, assets in a video game, or support a local charity. Also, do your due diligence. In buying any NFTs, you should always do your research, take a look at the seller's or project's history, see how long the project has been in existence, who has bought it. Look into a creator's social media channels and ask questions on Discord channels to see what people think about the project. If anything suspicious appears or you just don't feel confident anymore, then don't buy it. Also, understand gas fees. Now, gas fees are payments that you will incur for the Ethereum blockchain transactions to compensate for the energy that it costs to create an NFT. And sometimes the fees can be more than the cost of the NFT that you are buying. So therefore, knowing what the gas fees are is crucial to avoiding high transaction and minting costs. The gas fees can go up and down based on the number of Ethereum transactions made. As well, what you can do is set a gas limit to ensure that you never spend more than you want. Also, try to buy into an NFT collection at the earliest possible opportunity at their pre-sales launch or public mints. You have the best chance of making a profit if the NFT collection goes on to soar in value once it's listed on secondary NFT marketplaces like OpenSea. Now, generally, the higher the mint number, the lower the volume of rare or scarce NFTs in a project. This can make for more secure values, so the NFT's price may not rise or fall quickly. Lastly, there are NFT market data tools such as Etherscan that can help you know if an NFT project is good, popular, or even a potential scam. In addition, it helps you look for interesting new projects to invest in. Thanks for watching part 2 of the 4-part video series on how to trade NFTs. Part 3 will be released shortly, and I'll walk you through step by step on how to build your NFT collection and sell it for a profit. Now, please make sure that you hit the subscribe button and notification bell so you'll be alerted when the next video will be released. I'll see you all in the next video.